All right, hello friends and enemies. We've spent the last few weeks looking at the new Cosmic Legion's OxKrewe wave, and we are ending our journey with Orvar. Like a couple of other figures in the wave, there's some paint on the inside of the packaging. Once again, I don't know how that happens. It doesn't usually mean that there's paint rub on the actual figure, so it's a little bit confusing, but no paint rub is always preferable. As before, we've got window in the front, story blurb on the side, character blurb on the other side, and a list of every Cosmic Legions figure thus far. And it's a lot of them. I keep wanting to say that Cosmic Legions is a new line, but it's definitely not. It's been a bit. So let's go ahead and open this Cabbage Man up. So we've looked at the other two suited figures in this wave, so I'm assuming that his suit is going to be pretty similar, probably not exactly the same, actually definitely not exactly the same because I can already see some differences. I mean, when I looked at Eularia, the female figure, I thought for sure that the suits were going to be all just reuse, but hers is markedly different and not really in a better way. I'm looking at him already, and I think that I can tell that he's got some of the features that I was missing on Eularia's suit, but we will take a look together and see. Alright, let's take a look at this guy. As I've mentioned before, he disturbs me a little bit just because his head is so cabbagey. The other two suited figures, Velok and Eularia, are decidedly much more humanoid. This guy has a humanoid shape, but his head is something else. Let's take a look at that noggin. I mean, it's a testament to the character design and the paint and sculpt work that it disturbs me so much. I think it's the veins. Got some gnarly veins. A lot like some other figures in the wave, he does not have a nose. His skin is mostly matte, but there's some nice gloss on those white eyes and a dark blue rim around them to bring them out a little bit. Some pointy goblin ears. And in the back there's kind of like a crest, like a peach or a buttocks. Whereas Velok and Eularia's suits were kind of more fun colors, this one's a little bit more drab. It's like a dusty burnt orange, but it matches the character description. This guy is kind of a grump from what the description says. So I think character design wise, you wouldn't want him in the same kind of vibrant colors that Velok and Eularia have. And his suit is different. We'll see how much different when we start posing him, but it is notably different. I think he is smaller, actually. Let's bring in Velok to see. Oh yeah. So Orvar is shorter, but bigger where it counts. The brain. The paint on him is awesome too. He's got a lot more shading also on his armor than the other two do. His job is to wreck things, basically to tear things apart, to salvage things, so it makes sense that his would be a little bit more weathered. He looks more like a rough and tumble guy. One thing I really love are these, I don't know what exactly they are, but they're like rivet things on the chest here. The other two don't have that, and I think this is a really cool looking addition. He's got the OxKrewe symbol on his knee pad there. So yeah, very different, not only suit design, but creature design. His suit also seems to me a lot more industrial. The other two are a bit more sleek. They still have these pneumatic components and these rivets and these large bolts and stuff, but he's got more going on in that area, I think. Just a little bit more. You can see the undersuit underneath. Yeah, he's a cool little guy. So let's see if he's more like Eularia or Velok when it comes to articulation. I'm thinking he'll be more like Velok. Ooh, he's got a big ol' head joint. So nice movement on that. You also get a neck joint that swivels. So like Velok, he's got these pauldrons that hinge up and can rotate, which I love, and I was pretty bummed out that Eularia doesn't have anything like that. He's all stiff since I haven't heated him up. Yep. I think we're seeing pretty similar, if not the same, movement. Ooh, his gauntlet swivels. So he's got a swivel at the elbow, but he also has a gauntlet swivel. I think that's just the nature of how this arm is assembled. Big hinge on those hands. And of course those swivel as well. This top piece will move independently of the bottom piece, and then there's a secondary ball joint down at the waist. And for legs, let's see. His legs are so short. Up to the side and back. Not bad. His thighs are very short. That's what makes his legs so short. His thighs are so tiny. This man has no thighs. Where did they go? All his meats went up to his head. No swivel on this knee. There's a little bit back and forth, but does not swivel. And the knee doesn't really bend that far either. Rock on ankle, back and forth. Does he have a toe joint? Like Velok? Nope, no toe joint for him. So like Velok, he does have the pauldrons. He has 2 movements up at the torso, but he does not have the toe joint that Velok has. So he's still got more going on than Eularia. And I figured that was the case, if only because this is another male figure. And like I said in the Eularia review, I think they were trying to streamline her armor a little bit to make it look more feminine, which, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, because I'm really missing some of the features of this armor on these male characters on her. But her armor is still cool. So this comes out, as you can see, and then you have this piece you can put on him instead. So I preferred Velok and Eularia without their domes, but I think I prefer him with the dome on, and not only because I'm afraid of his face. I think it's just the way he's shaped. This adds an even more interesting silhouette to him. We'll take this off so we can look at the rest of the accessories. Like the other 2 suited characters, he'll come with this neat backpack thing. So the other 2 had the issue of this connector piece coming out. Still don't know if that's a bug or a feature. And he is no different. Comes out very easily, actually. Might be another case of it falling out like with Velok easily. Yeah. So that's an issue, I think, because these do not like to stay in. And it's unfortunate because it's a really cool addition to the figure. It makes it even bulkier, adds a lot more to the suit. So we'll remove this also as we go through accessories, so we won't have to worry about it falling out. He will come with this big ol' space hammer. I assume it's seen some wear, given what we know about this guy, but the actual piece doesn't really reflect that. And I think I've mentioned this before in this wave, but it's unusual that a piece, that an accessory in a 4 Horsemen pack isn't detailed. This definitely could have used some more paint, a lot more weathering. We get a little bit of sculpted weathering on the end here, but really not much. In my opinion, this definitely needs something else, some paint chips, make it look like it's kind of been through the ringer. I'm a little bit surprised that it's so plain, especially when you consider how weathered the rest of him is. Alright, so going back to the Eularia review, we discovered then that she did not have this accessory belt like Orvar and Velok do. So they've got these belts that are bare when you open them up, except for these pegs. And then you get these little doodads you can plug in. These here I think are mines, it looks like. Makes sense if you're fortifying the perimeter. So you can just plug these in on the side. And I really liked that. They come out a little bit easily in my experience, but I like that they fill out the suit even more, make it even more bulky, and you can mix and match. As I said in the Eularia review, I was kind of disappointed she didn't have that. Her belt has stuff on it, but it is attached. It's all one piece. Once again, I think in an effort to make her more streamlined. It's not really anything I'm interested in continuing to complain about, but it is notable. I wouldn't even really say it bothers me. It's just like, oh, there's some really cool aspects of this armor that these 2 characters have, and then she doesn't have. It's just kind of a bummer. So, yeah, he's got a lot of these little things to go on his belt. The mines looks like some grenades of some kind. Flashbangs, something. He's got lots of those, and you can just plug them in there, and it's pretty satisfying. But they do, at least in Velok's case, they did come off pretty easily. Maybe Orvar's different. Orvar's just built different. So yeah, it's kind of just fun to plug these little things in. It is something you have to be careful with, I guess, because if you drop these, they might be hard to find. They're pretty small. I'm not going to put them all in, but you have the option of doing that if you want to. This is interesting. He also comes with an alternate communicator. Not really sure why. It's pretty similar to this one, but it's there if you want it. He'll come with alternate hands. So these are trigger finger hands, but these are hammer wielding hands. We come with a space screwdriver. It looks like a gun, but the listing says that it is a screwdriver, which I believe it. Again, could have used a little bit more weathering, but I think in this case it's a little bit more forgivable because I think you're less likely to get more wear on a screwdriver than a space hammer. And then tube. As with the others, this just plugs in wherever. Plug in there, to there if you want. Plug in there. Oop. To the space screwdriver. The suit could be powering it. Just whatever you want. Finally, he will come with an alternate head, a very angry head, a very scary head. So you can see not only is his brow furrowed a little bit more, his teeth are exposed, very scary looking sharp teeth, but he's also got these sacs that have inflated just under his cheeks. Could be a threat display for his species, could be like the human equivalent would be flaring your nostrils when you're angry, something like that, but it's a really cool touch. On the relaxed head, you can also see the sacs, but they're not quite as noticeable. Here, they are detailed in red, so not only does the sculpt make them stand out more, but the paint does too. I did fail to mention that, I mean, you probably already saw this, but this clear dome does come off the collar, and you can just have the collar on him. So let's take a look at him with some of the other characters in this line. Again, here is him next to Velok, Eularia. So these are our 3 OxKrewe members all together, our 3 suited characters, and they look awesome together. Yeah, you can see Eularia's armor definitely had a different design philosophy in mind, and because of that we lost a lot of cool features. Some of the cooler features from the other pieces of armor. I still really like her armor, mostly because of the color, but I mean, these hinging pauldrons are so cool, and I really like the belts, so yeah, just missing that on her. But they're all 3 very cool suits. Let's push these guys to the back and bring in some other people. Here we have the Thraxian Scout and Uka. Here he is with my favorite, Kern-Ray, recent celebrity Wasteland Neil, my other favorite figure from this wave, the Skateback. Alright, so this is the entire wave, not including the campsite collection, which is just accessories. But yeah, we've got all our OxKrewe peeps, and they look fantastic together. I love how cohesive this wave has been. With the Hvakaltar wave, it was a lot of different people in different situations, so they all didn't really mesh together. And that's not a criticism, that's just the way it was. That's just the way the story is. You had some prisoners, you had some guards, you had some prisoners that were favored more over other ones. You had engineers, scientists, so a bunch of different types of people. But here you have an entire group of people that are trying to survive on this inhospitable planet, and they all look the part. They all look fantastic. They all look like they're doing their best. So if I were to rate the figures in this line, just for me personally, I'd have to say my favorite is still Kern-Ray. I just love her design. She comes with some awesome stuff. You can switch up her look a lot. Just a super versatile figure, and any way you cut it, she looks awesome. Next, I'd have to say Uka. I thought it would be the Skateback, but I think I like Uka more. He's just a really cute design, just a little cute alien guy, kind of tapering a little bit away from the more humanoid designs, which I really like. I hope we see more of that. I hope we get some real weirdos in the line. He just plays with proportions a lot in a way that I love, and he's just a little cutie. And then the Skateback, simply because I love creatures. It's a bit of a frustrating figure, super top heavy, very unwieldy, but I love the design. After that, the Thraxian Scout, just another really cool design, kind of a typical reptilian in a way, but I do like what they did with the eyes, and the armor is really cool. If you want a reptilian alien figure, I think that is a great one to have. And then for our suited characters, I'd say Velok, Eularia, and Orvar. So it basically panned out the way I thought it would. I was definitely most excited for Kern-Ray and the Skateback. I was least excited for the 3 suited figures, just because it's not really my aesthetic, I guess. But they are all great figures, and that is just my ranking. And my opinion means nothing. So thank you for taking this journey with me. I hope it has been fun and informative. If you've picked up any of these figures, feel free to let me know. As always, likes and subscribes are very much appreciated. Comments are more than welcome, and I will see you guys on the next one.